It's just,
Yeah.
again, going back to what we said at the start, it's information, it's not necessarily intelligence at this moment in time. So
Yeah.
how do you actually categorize all these, this long list of IOCs?
Yeah. So again, these days, so in the old days, in my previous life, we'd have reports in, I mean, quite often paper-based reports from frontline troops, right? So, or latterly, it comes through on the radio, and the radio operator would pass it through, but typically low volume and high fidelity. So it'd be possibly somebody's eyeballed the activity itself. They've written a report, sent it through. So you've got a really good, high quality report that you can trust. Right? So it's graded it's graded as first class intelligence or A11 intelligence. Um, that model, that sort of we used to call them a 5 by 5 by 5, right? They grade them three different ways on five different horizontal scales as to the veracity of the information that's being passed and the reliability of the source and whether you should disseminate it broadly or quite narrowly with limited distribution. So it's called a 5 by 5 by 5. Well used in police circles and also military circles as well. But for this type of approach where you're processing data at scale and at pace, you can't readily apply that manually, obviously. So they many of the systems we see today, and there are quite a few of them now actually. I won't single any of them out because they all do a very similar job, but they process at scale using a similar approach. So they'll look at the information that's come through. They'll determine the source to see if the source is credible. They'll grade it against their own risk matrices, and then they'll push the intel out to the recipient, to the customer. So these threat intelligence platforms, you can either buy one and build it in house, or you can buy a service from a third party, and the intelligence gets graded, processed, and then pushed out to the customers that way.